George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
Do you mean that even if I pay for an inspection, I still have to pay for an appraisal? What's the purpose of that? Well, those are great questions, and that's what we're going to be talking about in the creditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson, and I'm with my good friend Jeff Montgomery, who's been in the real estate business for 20 years, has a lot of experience, and has had a lot of success working with clients and helping them understand some of these things. So I'm just going to, for a few minutes, turn the time over to Jeff. And Jeff, what is the purpose of a home inspection, and why do buyers want to get that, even in a market as competitive as we're in right now?
Well, George, the whole benefit of home inspection is if you've got some flaws in that property, you're going to know that up front rather than moving into the property and then being, I want to say, kind of blindsided as to, you know, what the problems actually are. So home inspection with a licensed professional is just a must in my mind. Even on new construction, I've found problems in new construction where the builder forgot to do something, or maybe example I think of is the bearings in a heater that actually were rubbing. You could hear it if your ear was trained to hear it, but the inspector pointed it out to me, and you know, probably saved them
On a brand new furnace.
on a brand new furnace.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, explain a little bit about this buyer's due diligence part of the contract. How does an inspection play into that?
Oh, great question. Due diligence, you'll have a date from the day of your contract to the due diligence deadline, and what that does for you is, obviously, if within that time period you decide to back away from that contract, you're able to, because the due diligence period isn't up.
And so the inspection would be one of those reasons that you would withdraw.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You find that, you know, that problem in the attic or
Yeah.
whatever that might be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's interesting. Well, you know, and I've talked about this with people before. Probably the two most thankless jobs in the mortgage business are probably appraisers and underwriters, because everybody just expects that, well, if you're doing your job, you're going to appraise the house for what I'm agreeing to pay for it, and the underwriter just needs to approve my loan. And one of the things that, to put it in perspective from an appraiser standpoint, what they do, the reason that you need an appraisal is that if somebody had come out, and let's say he's a licensed general contractor, he's been doing home inspections for years and years and years, he comes out there and he writes up this great report, would you go up to the home inspector after he turns in the report and say, oh, by the way, am I getting a good deal? Is this house worth what I wrote my offer for? Well, the inspector's going to go, how do I know? How do I know what the value is? I'm just looking at the condition of the home, right?
Right.
So what is it that the appraiser does that's different from the inspection?
Well, inspection-wise is looking for a defect within the property, and that's really what that home inspector's training and licensing is about. Where an appraisal is protecting the lender and determining the value of the property so that the lender isn't loaning more money than what the property is actually worth.
I gotcha.
So.
Okay. All right, well, fantastic. So, you know, just some things to consider and help people understand the process a little bit more. You know, we're in a market that's very competitive right now, and, you know, a lot of people, you know, would like to just, you know, they finally find a home and they just want to remove the contingency for the appraisal, remove the contingency for the inspection. And while you have the option to do that, you can potentially, you know, create a situation for yourself down the road where you might have, you know, a little bit of buyer's remorse. So,
Yeah.
but
question I get often, and maybe you've ran into this too, is what's the difference between that appraiser and the home inspection? And they really have nothing to do with each other.
Right.
One's value and the other's what the content or
Condition.
problem
Okay.
condition is.
All right. Well, thanks a bunch for coming into the creditjungle.com today. Remember, you can push button, you can get mortgage professionals, and we'd love to be able to help you with your situation at any time. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.